And because of all those projects and because of the editing I'm doing on the DVD and because of my involvement with the Music Man, my kitchen has suffered as well. It could be worse, but at least the dishes are clean. There is some countertop that's available. But basically there's the kitchen in a mess that I could clean up. Off of the kitchen is the what should be a dining nook, but it is another office station, courtesy of an ex-boyfriend. This is for sale if anybody needs that. Fax machine, scanner kind of thing. But anyway, and on this table I've got my mother's old computer, which still works pretty good. I could try to sell that, I suppose. Just haven't had time to mess with it. And then here we have my Sizzix die cast cutter, which is pretty heavy. I don't know if it'll make it to the UAE, so I thought I'd do some advanced cutting, particularly of those little people. Although I'm going to have to make skirts because those little girls have to have their legs covered. And then other items, I wonder if I can fit in my bag or not. Most of this is just crafty stuff I will leave here, but you can see it's spread out all over the table. There's some nice colored pencils. I have so much stuff, I guess everybody does, that I've held on to thinking I would use it again someday. Okay, here's the kitchen looking out toward the living room, and right here's my ironing board, which 3 days ago was how I was laminating using my mother's iron because mine's disappeared. And then my son has left his tools here because our garbage disposal had a nail stuck in it and he had to take the thing out and find out why it wasn't turning, and he has not put his tools away yet. And we'll scan on around here toward the laundry area, which has laundry waiting not only to be washed but to be folded. I need help. Okay. Here's the cat and dog feeding station. I have a dog somewhere around here too, and it's right next to the little office. And then there's a really nice chalkboard. I ought to take that with me when I go to play practice today so they can see it. We need it for one of the scenes. Anyway, and then into what I affectionately call the studio, which is a room I added on to the house, and through the years it's served many purposes. I've had karaoke out here, I've painted murals. Now it's just another staging area since my son moved in with me to take over my house while I'm gone. A lot of his stuff is piled up here on the table still, waiting to be disseminated. It's also where the cats have their litter boxes, and we won't go there. But when I originally made this room, I had a lot of fun with it, with painting it, and now it's just sort of a... There's another printer that I could sell. I think that one came from my mom as well. And I think we've got more crafty stuff here. Trying to figure out... Oh yeah, beads. Should I take those with me? They're kind of nice. You melt those onto those little things there. Okay. My camera works splotchy at best because I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Okay, we're going to go outside now because there's another project out there that I spend time on every day. Okay, this was once a nicely manicured little patio. That's mint growing there. It's kind of taken over. And we got some beautiful butterfly bushes. And it goes around to my patio, but you can see it's quite overgrown and needs attention. There's trees growing where there shouldn't be. There's a really pretty blue bush there. What you call that plant? Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm going to pan on around to the other part of the backyard, which is my favorite part actually, where I have an herb garden. We got some dill, and lettuce, some cilantro, basil, or basil, I guess you'd call it, spinach that's already flowering. And then over here, that is a celery plant for cutting celery. It's not the big kind, but it has a wonderful flavor. 3 asparagus that should have been better than that this year, but only 3 came out back out of 12. Strawberries did well. They're all gone now. Oops, there's my shadow. There's the strawberries. And then weeds. Some other spice, I think it's sage maybe? No, it's not sage. Not sure what that one is. More cilantro down there on the end. This is the back of the studio and the back of the house. There's my rain barrel. So moving on, here is my greenhouse, which kept me in fresh lettuce and spinach and carrots all winter, and Brussels sprouts. As a matter of fact, the Brussels sprout plant here is almost a year and a half old. It's amazing. I didn't know it would do this. It got 3 feet taller than that. Then all these little sprouts off of it, and this year are bringing me new Brussels sprouts. So I'm excited about that. I doubt Jacob will take care of the greenhouse while I'm gone. It's kind of neat. I'm not even taking care of it very well. This is what lettuce looks like when you let it go to seed. And if it seeds itself, that's fine. This is carrot, and it's the end of the carrot, so there's not very many of them. Let's see. And they're not very big anymore. There's a carrot. The parakeets like these, the carrot greens. I clean them up and put the greens upside down in there with water dripping from them, and they go nuts. And then we got some beets that I'll be harvesting and eating real soon. Not a whole lot, but let's see if we can see that beet down in there. Yeah, this camera's kind of cool. And then looking out of the greenhouse, if we can get out of here. I am barefoot walking around out here, savoring the moments in Kentucky. I am from Kentucky after all. And here we have some golden beets, and I do need to weed. Let's see, they're not turning into beets yet, I don't think. Then we have lettuce still, and that was snow peas, but they're gone. And over here, you can't really see it, but I want to put it on camera. That concrete mass there is a rocket mass heater my son built me. There's the, actually it's not an exhaust, it's an airflow thing in the ground, and then you light a fire down in there, and it goes into down a pipeline and supposedly will heat the greenhouse. There's the combustion chamber, I guess you could say, and then the line goes down the middle, out the back to the chimney. However, it never worked properly because the fire pit was too small to get a roaring flame going, and it took too much time, and it was just too much trouble. This is my potato bed. Got good potatoes coming in already, little new potatoes. There's the corn. And here's my other garden that also has been neglected. Let's see, we got broccoli, and there's some broccoli coming in right there. And we got tomatoes, and there's some tomatoes. Let's see if I can zoom in on some. I'm looking through the viewfinder because the viewing window is too brightly lit. We got some more weeds and some more corn, and there's some beans over there. Really do need to get out here and work. Maybe after I finish painting backdrops this afternoon. That's kale. Now the kale produces all year long, and I fear Jacob won't take advantage of that. Then we got zucchini, which we've harvested one monster from already. And over here should be some cucumbers, but something keeps eating them, so I don't think there's going to be any. A lot of weeds. A lot of weeds. A lot of things I don't think I planted. I may have planted that. That's interesting. I don't know what that is. But there's two of them. We'll let that grow. I think I planted that. Maybe. Well, there looks. That's either watermelon or cucumber. But it looks like it's going to survive. I don't see anything else that looks like cucumber out here. This is a raspberry bush that comes in and from the neighbor's yard. They used to have chickens next door. Even though we're in the city limits, we have had chickens. And there's the garden. This is the back of my garage, which I painted the Z-lock because I thought it was ugly. Made a little road to travel down. Used it in a couple of videos. And there's the back of the house and the greenhouse, the neighbor's house. I will miss my house and my yard, but I think I'm excited about the idea of being in a foreign country and meeting new people and seeing how they do things differently. And besides that, if I don't have a big garden like this, there's not near as much not to do. And this is the other mural I painted on the outside of my garage on the side. I did all that the first 2 years I was here, I guess. And there's my house and my car, which I could do another 5 minutes on what needs to be done with the car. And you see, we also need to mow again and weed eat. There's just so much to do. I'm at the theater now, and this is what I'm working on here. Mrs. Peru's house, working on the windows and gonna finish it up hopefully today or tomorrow. I have other things to do, obviously. And I'll take another picture after I paint a little while. Well, I've been here about 4 hours, give or take a few. Took a lunch break. And I got the curtains in the windows and the clapboard of the house outlined, although I'm not sure I'm happy with it. Of course, the ladder's too big to move or I'd get a better picture, but I'm not through. I still have all that to do up there. Unless the boss lets me leave that solid. But this is for Music Man, and I doubt they had plywood that big back then. Here it is from a distance. Well, from a distance, it doesn't look too bad. And that's how you're supposed to watch a play, from a distance. So there you have it, a video journal for June 7th, 2012, in anticipation of a move to Abu Dhabi.